Taylor Watch.
Welcome back to another episode of Taylor Watch. Happy Tuesday.
Ooh, big stretch. Happy Tuesday,
big
everyone.
stretch.
Sorry, I don't know where that came
Meow.
from. I'm tired.
You're tired and I'm tired, and we are here recording live on a Tuesday. You're catching this episode a little bit later than usual because we are fresh off of our big trip to Kansas City and to Arrowhead, and we're going to break all of that down. Of course, we had quite the weekend with DraftKings. So much fun. The only thing that was missing from the majority of this weekend were a couple of tall glasses of Pink Whitney.
That is true.
I was looking far and wide, and I saw some Pink Whitney like in the distance, but it wasn't in my immediate vicinity.
Yeah.
I needed it.
It would have been the heat that we needed to warm us up because it was a cold weekend.
Freezing.
There's nothing better than some Pink Whitney to warm you up on game days, in your local bar, at your at-home bar, parties with your friends, Christmas parties, whatever it is. There's always a perfect occasion for Pink Whitney. They have the big size bottles. They got the medium size handles, the 20-shot bucket, the infamous 20-shot bucket. So many different options. They're the #1 selling flavored vodka because it's delicious. So take your shot with Pink Whitney.
Woo! Shout out Pink Whitney. We love you so much.
Yes.
And, just a biannual? No, I'm trying to think of how frequently. Quarterly? The quarterly reminder that one day we'll have a Pink Whitney party.
Yes, one day.
It's not going to be today, but one day it will be. We did, though, have a wonderful party with DraftKings.
Yeah, it was so fun.
Kansas City. What did you think of Kansas City as a whole? So we showed up on Saturday late evening. Our flight got delayed as fuck. We were so upset.
Yeah.
What was it, like a 5-hour delay?
It was our flight was supposed to be like 9:45 and it was delayed till 2:22.
It was crazy.
Which is crazy.
And with no explanation. It was a bright sunny day.
Yeah.
And maybe it was too cold to land or something. Like
I
don't
think
know
there
what
was
it could've been.
issues with the flights during the night or something
have
like
been.
that because they told us at like midnight that our flight was delayed.
Right.
Which was kind of nice. Thank God we didn't
that
like
was
wake up
nice.
fucking
Yeah.
early. But
Yeah. Still though.
I think we didn't get like a fair view of Kansas City because we were
agree.
there for such a short time and the weather was so crap.
The weather was so, like, when we tell you that it was freezing, like, it was
Freezing
25
and
degrees.
cloudy,
Like,
you
yeah,
couldn't
cloudy,
see the sun. So
and it was kind of a bummer in that way.
yeah, so I feel like that kind of skews the perception of what a city looks like. Like imagine going to New York on a dreary day
Totally be
compared to New
miserable,
York on a
yeah.
beautiful day.
Then it looks like the concrete jungle everyone sings about,
Yeah.
you know?
It was a very interesting city. Like
It was.
It was-
I have some questions.
Oh,
I have some questions about the city.
Is it always so dead?
Yes, like that was the main question: was where is everyone?
Yeah.
and so we got there.
They're all at
nobody was
Arrowhead.
around. They're all at Arrowhead. Like the only place that there were people was Arrowhead, Arrowhead, and Q39. Those
Yeah,
are the
yeah,
only
yeah.
places that there were people, and so maybe we really just didn't hit the right spots. But
Yeah.
we so we had dinner on Saturday night. We ended up going to the Savoy.
Yeah.
We were able to move our reservation to Sunday night for 1587
Guys,
that was a clusterfuck though from the beginning. From the second our flight got delayed, I knew it was gonna fuck up our shit.
Yeah, I know.
I knew it.
I thought I had secured a 9:30 reservation for Saturday night.
We all did. But I looked too, and I didn't catch it either. Like,
Yeah.
that's normally something because I do that. I'm so notorious for doing exactly that. Because why would it automatically give you a date that's 3 weeks in advance?
I know. I
Makes
sent
no
it in our
sense.
group chat, and Sammy, the girl who works for Barstool, she works for DraftKings as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Like she's
Who
kind of
was
like
with
our
us.
interperson. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was like, Gia, that's for December 27th. And I was like, oh, no wonder it was so easy to get a reservation. Like, what? I was so,
But we didn't.
so dumb.
We didn't notice it until
literally like 7 o'clock.
Yeah, like 7 p.m. And I was asleep, passed out drunk for 3 hours because I was so overserved on the plane.
Kelly was
I was
crunk on the
lit
plane.
on the plane.
Yeah.
Like so unintentionally. Gia, I tried to watch those videos. No. Like I had to delete everything. Like, I was trying to take videos of like me and Gia being cute on the plane and Gia's reading Harry Potter. And I'm like, I guess I thought it was funny to make 5 videos of the same fucking thing. No, like it was so bad. You can't. I appreciate a generous flight attendant, but I really have no self-control.
Yeah.
I will always say yes. So I was drunk on the plane, but so I got to the hotel and was like, I need to sleep before this reservation.
Yeah.
So I was dead, didn't wake up until 8 o'clock. and all this had unfolded while I was asleep.
Yeah, which was very scary.
Which was scary.
I was scared.
You were just waiting for me to wake up,
Yeah.
like, "Bruh."
Yeah. Well, I was like, she's gonna be so mad at me. Like, I fucked up so bad.
Well,
but luckily, by the time
yeah.
you woke up, I got a reservation for the next
Yes.
night at 10 p.m. So I was like, okay,
It was
at
all
least I
fine.
have something to make up for it.
It was all fine, but really, can I just say, like, we'll get into 1587. The girl that gave us our reservation that we ended up not being able to make,
Yeah.
so it was not a big deal regardless, she said, yes, here's the reservation. And then I never heard from her again.
Yeah.
So I am still kind of worried that if we had even showed up to my reservation, I don't know if they would have let us in. I think they would have been like, what the fuck? Like,
I know.
we would have had to make a little bit of a scene, being like, well, look, we do have an email, and which I would never like to
Yeah, I
do going
don't.
into that
Yeah.
place. But so we ended up not having to do any of that, and I would have been drunk to do that. So it's really good that we didn't. Ultimately,
I have a reservation.
I literally been like, I spoke to this girl 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Like, it was, it would have been a nightmare. So I think it all worked out the way it was supposed to.
Yeah, I agree.
But so we went Saturday night to the Savoy, and then Sunday we had plans to do BBQ.
Yep.
And then we went down to the shops, the
Yes.
Made in KC. What was that shop? KC Plaza?
Yeah, it was like Made in KC, like market, Made in KC
Something.
Market or something
Yeah,
like that.
It was cute. It reminded me of
super
Chelsea
cute.
Market in
Yeah.
New York, but like a smaller scale. But
Yeah, just a bunch of little like
booths,
sort of. Exactly.
but like permanent booths. Like it was really, really cute. So we were told, we had been asking around what's the best BBQ in town.
Yeah.
People were saying, they said Joe's,
Joe's,
Q39,
Jack Stack.
Yeah. Joe's was closed. That
Yeah.
was the one that we got the most recommendations.
A lot
for.
of places close on Sunday in Kansas
A lot
City.
of places closed on Sunday.
West Side Story closes at 3 p.m.
Closes at 3 p.m. That
Yeah.
was tough. That
Yeah.
was I didn't even consider that would close so early.
Right. Well, they got to get to Arrowhead like
I guess
everybody
so.
else.
I guess so. Everyone has to close down and get to Arrowhead. So okay, that we ended up going to Q39.
Yeah, it was delicious.
Unfucking believable.
Ooh, man, that was
wow,
good.
was
Yeah.
that good? I've been thinking about it since.
Me too.
And yesterday when I got home at night, I was going to order myself dinner, and I was like, I wish I had those fucking leftovers from my fridge. Like I had
yeah.
a couple of bites, but I still had some in there when I left the hotel. And goddamn,
Yeah, it was
I wish
really
I
good.
had
The
it.
brisket was fabulous.
Yeah.
Burnt
I ended up ordering some of the sauce and stuff. I'm gonna give it to like
Nice.
my dad for
That's
Christmas,
smart.
probably. Yeah.
Very good barbecue sauce.
Really good. Some
Gr-
good rubs. It came with rubs as well. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we got mac and cheese. We got coleslaw. Good Bloody Marys. It was honestly a very great experience at
Yes.
Q39.
Very happy to have gone there.
Yeah.
Then from there, like we said,
Then
we
we
bopped around, went to the Made in KC thing, did a little shop.
Ebb and Co.
Ebb and Co.
Yeah,
cutie
cute
jewelry. I got myself a clear bag there.
Yeah.
There was a moment of panic. I thought I was gonna kill myself. I like couldn't figure out if I was allowed to bring my
I know. I
person.
knew it was stressing you out. I was like, I
know.
feel like it's gonna be fine.
I feel like I wasn't stressed out, and
Until-
and then I don't know when that happened. Like I think I was just realizing I'm holding this bag and there's nothing because I had my real purse with me, and I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. Otherwise, whatever.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
panic
yeah.
for no reason. Ended up being completely fine. Nobody gave a fuck. We could have walked in that studio. I could have walked in there with 15 bags. And
Yeah,
been like,
no,
go ahead, girl.
literally.
Go Jeeves.
There was barely any
Jeeves, like,
security. I feel like walking in.
no. Things are just not the same as like New York.
Yeah,
you know? Like I
like they didn't make me like take out my phone or my wallet or anything.
Did we even go through a metal detector? I'm not even sure.
I think we did.
Maybe?
I honestly don't remember.
I don't remember
yeah.
either, but we weren't even drunk. I just
No.
don't remember. It
Yeah.
was such chaos. But we got to the tailgate,
Yeah.
and that was really cool.
So fun. It was awesome. They had this whole setup for like the Ford tailgate type of thing, and each you kind of get
it
to
was
rent
like
out
luxury
these.
suites, but
Yeah.
within a tailgate.
Yeah, it was really cool.
And essentially, it was trailers. Like
Yeah.
it was like a little. Each one had like a little trailer, and then like a kind of like a front lawn almost set
with
up.
like little fireplaces and places to sit, and then inside there was like a TV, more places to sit. There was lots of food, lots of drinks. It was
really
fabulous.
cool.
It was really
Yeah,
cool.
very
So shout out
cool.
DraftKings for setting us up with that.
Huge shouts.
We got to talked to some former Chiefs players.
Oh yeah, we were literally rubbing elbows.
Yeah,
with, like,
Jamal
the best
Charles.
of the best.
We were
cool.
rubbing elbows
The
with
cheerleaders came by.
Yeah.
They were so cute.
Joey Coldcuts.
Joey Coldcuts was there.
Yeah.
Wait, I was fucking dying. Did you see? DraftKings posted you and Joey
Yes.
Coldcuts together.
Yeah, I reposted on my story. Yeah.
I was cracking up. Like
He was
really cracking
he was
up.
truly the talk of the town. I'm not kidding.
Everyone was so excited.
Everyone
to
was
see
so
him.
excited to see
Like,
Joey
the most.
Coldcuts.
And so we met Joey Coldcuts. We met Bob from
Yes.
Bob Does Sports.
Yes.
Which the Bob Does Sports guys, which that's who those guys were. They recently did a thing with Barstool called the Internet Invitational. This huge golf thing, which I'm sure if you
it was
guys
like the most popular like YouTube
every
golf
video
thing.
got like millions of views. It was crazy, and so it was just kind of like a hodgepodge of internet golf personalities coming together to do this thing, and it was incredible. But they were involved, and so we met Bob.
Yeah.
And what a lovely angel.
Yeah,
Bob
really
was
nice
like,
guy.
He was like, "Oh, hi," and I watched. I was like, "Oh, are you Bob of Bob Does Sports?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, that's me." And then we were DraftKings was having us do a little like man on the street, asking some silly like Taylor Chiefs related questions, and he was like, "Oh, one of the questions was like, who would win in a 40-yard dash, like Andy Reid in his prime or Taylor Swift?" And, it's supposed to be funny. And the other guys were talking about Andy Reid, and Bob was like, "Oh, don't say that around these girls."
Yeah,
and he's like, "I do my research."
Yeah,
and
that
made me
was
feel-
nice.
That was really sweet. So shout out to them.
Oh my God. And Brandon and Jake.
Brandon and Jake. That was the
intern
grand
Brandon.
finale. Brandon and Jake.
And Jets Jake.
We did meet, and they're very fun, very lovely, really sweet. To
Really
us.
nice.
Yeah.
Really cool because Jake like knew who we were.
Oh yeah, Jake was like, "Oh, what's up, guys?"
Yeah,
and we were like,
he
"What?"
was like, "Oh, like, is it hard here being an Eagles fan?" I was like, "Oh my God, he knows I'm an Eagles fan."
Jake said he was like a Barstool fan, so I was like,
Yes,
"Oh, that's great." Yeah. Brandon did not know who we were.
No,
until we.
And listen, I didn't expect either of them to know who we
neither.
were at all.
Me
And
neither.
if anything, I was like kind of nervous to like say hi. So it was really like took a lot of pressure off.
Totally.
Knowing that Jake like knew who we were, whatever. And he was like, "You guys have been so nice about the show, whatever."
Yeah.
So that was really nice. Brandon was
really
obviously
nice.
so nice. His fiance was amazing too. She was
lovely.
super sweet.
So fun, so sweet.
So it was nice getting to talk to them. Being like, "Hey, we're normal."
Yeah. That was really what we wanted to get across.
Yeah.
Like, it was just, whatever. Congratulated them on their Time magazine appearance.
Yes. Yeah.
Etc. We talked shop. You know what I mean? Like, we did not ask questions about
No,
Travis
no.
or Jason or
No,
Taylor or
no,
anything.
no.
We only really talked pod stuff and just the Chiefs,
Yeah.
the tailgate. And,
Yeah.
and they were there with DraftKings as well. So
Yeah,
it
they
was
were
just
doing some fun stuff.
it felt like a big family event, and DraftKings was the host.
Yeah.
It was great, and we had such a good time. Going into the stadium, I would say my first full in the thick of it NFL experience. It was wild. It was wild to see. The fandom, I think, is what stuck with me.
Yeah.
Everybody is so excited.
Intense Chiefs.
Yes. And so that was another question I had about the city of Kansas City is is it a requirement to live in that city to be 24/7, 365 sports? Because these people are the most intense sports people I've ever seen, the most supportive sports people I've ever seen.
Even the Uber
Chiefs
drivers are
people.
decked out in the Chiefs gear. Everyone.
Driver,
Yeah.
Every Uber driver, every person, everyone around, just full garb.
Yeah.
Really kind people.
Very kind people.
And,
extremely kind, honestly.
Super.
I feel like all of our Uber drivers were really nice.
They
all
really were.
our servers were extremely nice. Everyone we talked to was very fabulous. And everyone at the events were super nice.
Yes.
It was also so funny because we were geeking because the game started at 8:20.
Oh God, yeah.
And we had this 10 o'clock reservation, so we're like, shit, we have to literally leave 40 minutes into the game, whatever.
Right.
And then we realized, the game starts at 7:20 because we're in Central Time. We're like, why the hell are these people going in 2 hours before
everyone
the
started
game?
going in at
6
o'clock.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
These people they're gonna go sit in that stadium. For 2
Yeah, and we
hours?
were taking our sweet time. We got in right as the game started.
Pretzels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And luckily, we got there right as it started, so it was actually perfect timing.
Yeah. We basically walked in. We walked in right for the pomp and circumstance, and then we got to see the Chiefs players come out. So we saw Travis do his thing.
Yeah.
We could hear his music pumping
Yeah.
through. And that was pretty sick. And we had we stopped in to the DraftKings suite momentarily for the for the anthem. That was cool.
Yeah.
And then we were down
Angel, I think her name was.
Yeah, she
crushed
so
it.
Good. And then we had
Excuse me.
we had regular seats that were in we were in section 135 is where we were.
So completely across from the stadium. So no sights of
no
Taylor.
Sights of Taylor.
Or Selena or Leo. Yeah.
Yes, that's right. No sightings of Taylor, Selena, or Leo.
Yeah.
But we had a full 3.5 hour ride home with Lena Dunham. Who was on our plane?
Yes, Lena Dunham was on her plane.
Wearing Taylor's Chiefs jacket.
I think that was her jacket. She said she's a Chiefs fan in that Instagram caption.
I know, but because it looked, I meant to do the cross-referencing because it looked so much like a jacket that Taylor has worn.
I think I know what jacket you're talking about, but it's different.
Not the same?
Different.
Okay, okay. I apologize. I lied. But she had like a real, like it was
fan
jacket,
a legitimate, very cool,
had, like, all the patches
varsity
on it.
jacket. Yeah, it was very cool.
It was really sick.
But yeah, Kelly was like literally sitting directly diagonal from her. When I was walking down the aisle to get to my seat, she was on the phone talking so loud about the plot to one battle after another. I think. She was like, and then she gets pregnant, but she's more focused on the revolution.
Wait, here's a
question. I was like, oh, she's talking about Tiana Taylor's character, I think.
So here's a question, like, because the other one of our other DraftKings girlies came in, and that's who she ended up with sitting next to me before I got upgraded after I'd already been seated.
Yeah, so
which was actually very stressful, and I would not like to do that again. But the whole time it was like, this plane is full as fuck, like whatever. Yeah. It got booked super late, so there was no way that we could like upgrade or do anything. But at the last second, they were trying to pay people to get off the plane. Remember when they were like, we overbooked the flight.
They went from $800 to $1,000 to $1,500.
Trying to ask people to like move to a later flight, which I would have maybe done that, but it would have then gotten me home at 11 p.m. It was crazy. Yeah. It was a crazy ask, and we were so tired. So I guess they worked it out right at the last second because I got an upgrade to like Comfort Plus, the first row behind first class. Yeah. And that's where Lena was, like in the seat that I honestly normally would be in. Like this 4.
You're in my seat, Lena.
I kind of was. I was like, who the fuck is in 4? And it was Lena Dunham. So, but we get on, and she's talking. So our other DraftKings girlie, she came on, and as she walked past, she was like, I don't know what she's talking about. And this is what I wanted to ask you. She was like, she's this girl who, she pays like $11,000 in rent in Greenwich and blah, blah, blah. Is that also the plot of the movie?
No.
She live in an apartment in Greenwich?
No.
Oh, so maybe that was something else. But so I don't know what that's about. All I know is that Lena Dunham told 1,000 stories on that plane at volume 1,000. And it got to the point where I was trying so hard not to eavesdrop because I felt weird. Like I was almost too close. And I was like, I cannot, like, I don't even want to hear one thing that she's saying because, like, I don't want my mind to run away. I don't know. It was an awkward thing. So I was like blasting the Diddy documentary in my headphones while Lena was like basically facing me, telling 100,000 stories, and all I wanted to do was listen. But
obviously.
I had to be respectful.
Very respectful of you.
Had to be respectful, and I didn't listen. Didn't even look at her.
Yeah.
And I let her enjoy
I know.
I
I obviously, like, she's in the airport and on the airplane. I'm not going to bother her.
No, of course. No.
But I did walk by her and I was like, I wonder if she's looking at my Taylor Swift sweatshirt.
Maybe she would have. I mean, she was with a friend too. Michael Cohen, who I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know him.
But I guess, there's a lot of noise going on.
Seriously.
Right now. Like, really intense noise.
Feels like the ground's about to come out from beneath us.
The wind is crazy. Yeah, Michael Cohen. Who
I don't know him, that man.
Good Thing Going Productions. He's the head of her, or he works for her production studio that's founded by Lena Dunham. Artist-driven media company in love with noisy voices.
When you look him up, oh my God, you know what I was thinking of? Michael Cohen, fucking Trump's attorney. I was like,
oh God.
Michael Cohen, like that's such a familiar name. Like, who is that? We're not talking about Trump's attorney, by the way.
No, we're talking about the guy who works with Lena Dunham and her production company.
Okay, wait, that's so funny. Okay,
so they were it was the two of them on the plane, and so they were just
handsome guy,
very handsome, very handsome, and I loved his plane outfit. By the way, he had a really cute plane outfit. But yeah, so that was pretty exciting.
Yeah,
that was
pretty
exciting. Starstruck, to be honest. Like,
for sure.
I'm obviously a massive Girls fan. Like, I think Lena's writing is some of the best writing like of our time. For sure. So I would have liked to have told her, but then I also had that fear of like, I never want to be asked, like Kevin Clancy used to talk so much shit about her all the time.
Oh, really?
And we've all kind of like, over the years, there's been moments where Lena Dunham has done weird things, and we've all like kind of talked shit about her on podcasts. And so I know I would assume that she does not like Barstool.
Yeah.
And so I am always so afraid in that scenario for me to be like, hi, I'm such a fan. And then if she were to ever ask me, like, what do you do? I would have to be like, like I wouldn't, you know what I mean? Like that might be a weird thing. But so I just didn't. I just avoided the whole thing. I wish I told her I was a fan, but
Yeah.
Another lady went up to her right after the plane and told her. So she
Oh, really?
got it. Yeah. People
good.
told her they were fans.
Good.
But yeah. So Arrowhead itself was excellent.
It was good.
Delicious sausage and pepper. We had a sausage and pepper.
Very good sausage and pepper.
Mm-hmm.
Just, tough when the team is not executing the way that you want them to.
Oh, man. I will say it really did suck the life out of the city after the fact.
Yeah.
And of course, like we said, we didn't get to see like a Taylor, Selena, Leo, nothing. No. We thought maybe they would be at the restaurant after. Maybe we'd catch them rushing in or something like that. But after a loss like that, no fucking way.
We were like, there's no way. So we left at like 9-ish to check to get to our Uber.
I think it was right about halftime.
Yeah, right about halftime. Got to the Uber, no problems. Except we did have to hike up this fucking hill that was like literally I was out of breath, wanted to die. I think Kelly thought I died for a second.
You did. Well, Gia stopped to take a photo, but I was hoofing it because I was so cold. So I was just like, let me just bust through this. And I look back and Gia's missing. I was like, oh no, she passed out on the ground. I'm doing this too fast. I got too intense.
I was taking a picture of the stadium at night. It's actually a very good picture. So then we get to the Uber, we get to the restaurant, everything's good, we get seated. Oh no, we go back to the hotel, we change.
Yes, which was also a welcome relief. Because we thought that we were gonna have to, with the like time difference.
Go in my Uggs.
We thought we were going in like our fucking fuzzy hat.
Yeah.
I was worried about my hair sticking to my head. That was my big thing.
So we were able to get back to the hotel, change quickly, and then head to the restaurant. Very nice. There was a guy standing outside being like, do you have a reservation? Very nice entrance.
Beautiful Christmas decor outside.
Yes.
I don't know how often, like if that's always there or if they Christmased it
if
up.
they change it for different holidays and such.
Yeah.
It was very nice. Walked in, greeted very kindly. There's some people around, whatever. Sat down in our seats. Great service.
We were in, so we have yet to really, we didn't go upstairs.
Yeah.
So I think that we were in like that nicer bar area downstairs because there was the game on still.
Yeah.
And it was pretty empty.
It was really empty.
So I don't know if anybody was even upstairs. It might not have been open.
I went to go take a peek and I didn't see anybody.
Yeah. So, but we were, so we were seated. And the people were the people working there.
The staff was lovely.
Really wonderful.
Staff was lovely.
Yeah.
The food was interesting.
Food was interesting. Overall, good. I would say.
I feel like maybe
good steakhouse experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have ordered different appetizers. I like the tuna tartare.
Tuna tartare was good.
The
Not
French,
enough wonton chips. I would have liked more chips, but that's a personal preference.
Not a fan of the French onion soup.
You got to check out Gia's French onion soup review.
Yeah.
It was
go to French Onion Worldwide.
Flavorless.
Where's the flavor?
Where's the
flavor? It just
French onion soup is hard.
Yeah, is it though? And like it was
seems to be.
It was like kind of like lukewarm. Somebody commented it was like when I got it, it was cold. She had to send it back, and I was like, you know what? Like mine was like not hot.
Ooh,
yeah.
Maybe they try to let it cool off. So
maybe too much or something. But the steak was fabulous.
The steak was on another level.
Yeah,
I really loved the steak. We ended up getting we split the boneless prime. What did we split?
Boneless ribeye.
Boneless ribeye.
Wagyu.
16-ounce.
Yeah,
Wagyu
I think we got
ribeye.
like what Travis said to get, like
I think
the one
so
that
too.
he likes.
And our server had said highly recommend. This is the best one.
Yeah,
whatever.
And then we got some mashed potatoes, which were bomb.
So bomb.
Spinach, which was really good. We did the tableside martini cart.
Yes, we did.
Which was super cool and fun. That guy.
Gia's martini was not dirty enough.
Yeah, I don't know why I had this bad experience. No, it wasn't bad.
No,
it was like 50-50. Like I don't know. I feel like with the fill out thing, maybe it's harder to get like your point across.
Yes.
But I did fill out. There's like, kind of dirty, whatever. And then there's one that says, you filthy animal. I'm like, oh yeah.
I think there's like a little bit of a discrepancy between like if you're asking for like a dry martini but also for a dirty martini. I don't think those are
two things that you can do.
Yeah, so I think it's like whatever is the stronger of the two. Who knows what happened there?
But I don't know what I'm doing,
I
honestly.
think the ability to select your own martini, like you got to know, you have to be really secure, because even I was like picking stuff. I ended up with like an all onion martini, which is what I was looking for.
Yeah.
But I've never had that before, so I was kind of hoping.
Yeah.
Whatever. But you can also just like order a regular martini.
Yeah,
you don't
you
have
can.
to do
You
that.
don't have to do the whole
but
thing.
But it was really cute. The guy,
really
there was
cute.
fun shakers.
Yeah.
And he's chit chatting with us. He was lovely, great bartender.
Yeah.
And
we also got
we did get the alchemy. I had so many people in my replies being like, "What, do they run out of money for the steel wool?" I actually thought it was a good amount of steel wool because
really?
I thought the other ones that I've seen where it's so much is like scary. I don't
Okay.
like things on fire really.
It was extremely underwhelming. Unfortunately, they're like, okay.
I remember you guys. It was 10 p.m.
Yes, it was really
we're like
late.
the last reservations on a Sunday night.
They were like,
that
we might not
she's
even
just
be able
lost.
to do the martini cart. We were like, oh fuck, you know? Yeah. So they were really on their last leg, and I think they just wanted everybody to get out of there. So I'm like, all right, you're gonna get 1 inch of steel wool.
Right. And I don't feel that bad, honestly, having a meh review, considering they like ignored us for 3 weeks about the reservation.
Yeah.
I like don't feel that bad. So overall, I would say if you can get the reservation, definitely make it. Definitely go.
The steak was fabulous.
The steak was insane. But you don't have to break your back or like feel bad if you don't. You know.
Yeah,
what I mean? Like,
yeah.
There's always an opportunity to go. I think that it needs. It did just open too. Let's remember.
For sure.
It's only been open a couple of months. I'm sure there are still some things to work out. We did get delicious cheesecake.
Yeah, cheesecake was
very
good. Yeah.
And we were full at the end.
Yeah.
Full of and that steak.
We
was
had
kind
a lot of meats.
A lot of meats.
So
that
it
day.
was a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got suggested by this lovely girl to get like the meatballs and the whipped ricotta.
Yep.
And we were like, I can't. It's so much
It's
meat.
just too much meat.
So
And
much
I
meat.
kind of wish I had the meatballs. I would have liked
Yeah,
to have tried.
I feel like the meatballs
So,
probably would have been
when we go
bomb.
back, we'll just have to we'll have to switch it up. But
Exactly.
Big shouts to the service there.
Yeah,
It was
fabulous.
incredible.
Very good.
And the food was good.
Yeah.
But I would say, so
No, it wasn't bad.
No.
Like I wasn't like, oh my god, I have to send this back.
Yeah,
'cause
exactly.
It's
No, not at
inedible.
all.
Yeah.
And we're not food critics, so this
No.
is just our experience.
No, and if you're
was
gonna
so
call
fun.
yourself a steakhouse, the one thing you should have is steak, and they locked that
And
down.
that's what they have.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what they have, and they did it right. And the alchemy drink itself was actually really good. Very
Yeah.
citrus heavy.
Yeah.
If you're a citrus
Very
person,
lemony.
Very lemony. Kind of like a Cosmo, I would say.
I would agree.
Most like a Cosmo with like more lemon than you would expect. Really good though.
Yeah.
And overall good experience.
Great
I would say.
experience, yeah.
Beautiful inside. I would have liked to see the upstairs.
Yeah.
And so whenever, if ever we go back, we're going to have to try to get a seat upstairs for like the fancy white tablecloth. I mean, we had white tablecloth, I guess, but
Yeah, for sure.
Cutie stuff. But big shouts to the service. They were the standout stars.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
It was really nice. Yeah, and then we headed home, went
Headed
to
home.
bed, packed
Well, wait,
up.
I wanted to say one thing. I thought about how Leo was in the suite with Taylor, etc. And obviously Leo and Travis are friendly. He went on New Heights and whatever. But what I thought about was I wondered if Leo and Taylor, I'm sure they've met over the years, but I wonder if they're friendly or if they really know each other well or whatever.
Right.
Because you have to think about the man, the song.
Yeah.
Taylor sings, I'd be just like Leo and Saint Tropez.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, not a dig, but it's one of those things where it's like, obviously the whole concept of the song is like, if I were a man, I could do these things and nobody would care.
Yeah.
And one of those things is like, let the players play. I'd be just like Leo and Saint Tropez.
Yeah.
Like fucking around with his bitches.
Totally.
And whatever. And I never like really took that offensively because that literally is what Leo was doing for many years. But I wonder if they've ever, like, I wonder if he like knows that.
Yeah,
or,
talked about it. Like, hey, I
I'm
referenced
so
you in
curious.
my song.
He's got to know.
Yeah, I do feel like I feel like we read somewhere or saw somewhere that like when she references someone in a song, like she calls them
She
or
lets
like
them know?
asks
I
or
thought I
something
saw
of that
too
nature.
somewhere. Yeah.
I don't remember if
Does that
that's
apply
true
to
or
men?
not. Yeah, right. Like, does Leo get that? But
Yeah.
like, I feel like
It's not a me. It wasn't snarky.
it's kind of just true.
Yes.
Like, if anyone's like the man, it is Leo. Like,
Totally.
he only dates young women. He parties. He does whatever, and like he's
Right.
like almost 50, and no one blinks an eye. Whatever.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I feel like it's not really that much of a dig. And honestly, I didn't see like any pictures or videos of them like interacting.
No,
so
me
I don't
neither.
know. Yeah.
So I wonder. I was very curious about that. Oh my God. It's like,
Excuse
what is
you.
happening?
Yeah.
It's like how many ambulances are going by? Fire
It's
truck?
crazy.
It must have been a fire truck. That was so loud. But yeah, so curious about that. But yes, we left the stadium, left our meal, got cozy in our beds, and watched the aftermath of the loss unfold.
Yeah.
Feeling very bad for Travis.
Yeah.
Have to say it. He had a big a fumble.
Two big drops.
Yeah. And I feel like I gotta blame a little bit on the cold. It was just so cold.
It was really cold. It was a bad pass too from Pat, the second one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember like we were sitting at 1587 Prime and like they showed this shot of him. I don't remember when in the game it was, but he was like sitting on the bench, like his eyes closed, like taking in heavy breaths. I was like, this guy's doing some meditating or something to calm him down.
Big time.
Because you could tell he was getting really frustrated.
For sure. I mean, the whole thing, there was a lot of frustrating moments.
Yeah.
Harrison Bucker, fuck him, for real. We're out
Karma.
on him. Everyone's
That's his
out
kiss
on him.
for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
real.
like either be a good kicker or be a MAGA misogynist.
Right. Exactly.
You know? You can't be both.
You can't be a bad. You can't
be
suck
bad
at your
and,
job
yeah, and be MAGA
the
misogynist.
highest paid kicker in the NFL, and then also be a piece of shit.
Yeah.
So it's
like you gotta
pick your battles.
Be one or the other. You gotta be.
He missed how many? One or two kicks? I think he missed just one.
I think just one.
Regardless,
yeah.
People were pissed in the stadium. Everybody was talking shit. The Chiefs fans. Gia, I was up late last night. Couldn't really sleep. I took a nap as soon as we got home from our flights, but then I went ahead and started Christmas shopping for the fam.
Yep.
And luckily, I already knew a couple people I could cross off my list with Aura Frames.
Yep.
Aura Frames is one of the best gifts that you can give during the holiday season. Everybody loves the digital frame.
Yeah.
Everybody loves being able to send photos from near and far. And I'll tell you, if I'm with my family and we're sitting in the family room, we have our Aura Frame up on the, where we can all see it, up on the mantle. And we just sit there, like, we'll be watching TV, movies, whatever, and pictures will pop up and we'll stop everything and talk about the moment. And it's a really, really sweet thing to have, and a really, really good gift. So shout out to Aura Frames for coming back and being on the bestie on the pod for the holiday season.
Yes, Aura Frames is the answer to every holiday gifting moment, and you can never struggle again to find the perfect holiday gift because there's so many ways that Aura Frames make holiday shopping easier. They have the gift box included. They share photos and videos effortlessly. You can personalize your gift by adding a message before it arrives, and you can also preload photos before it ships. So you can also keep adding from anywhere at any time. That's a feature that I love. Don't wait. Win the holidays now with Aura Frames, and for a limited time, save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames, named #1 by Wirecutter, by using promo code TaylorWatch at checkout. That's AURA frames.com, promo code TaylorWatch. This deal is exclusive to listeners, and frames sell out fast. So order yours now to get it in time for the holidays. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout, and terms and conditions apply.
And so, yeah, the question now, and what everybody's going to be talking about, everyone's going to be asking, is Travis definitely going to retire?
Yeah.
His last play was not great.
Yeah.
And again, it was,
it was
a
that
bad throw.
Throw. He kind of bobbled it.
Yeah,
and it ended up in the Texans player's hands.
Yep. Oh, it was a nightmare. Absolute nightmare.
There were reports that he sat in the locker room for like 15 minutes after the game, just kind of like holding his head in his hands.
Sad stuff.
It says Travis Kelce stayed there for more than 15 minutes, his hands running over his hair, then plastered to his head, one on each side, as he stared down at the carpet. Talking about him in the locker room.
He also, from the field to the locker room, kept his helmet on.
Yeah.
I guess that's a thing.
Yeah, like Jason did that. It's kind of like, I don't want to take my helmet off just yet.
Right,
in case this is the last time.
Right.
And then, it's just such a tough way to go out like that. Yeah.
It really is. And here's...
If he does.
Right. So that will be the question. That's what everybody's going to be asking. Are you going to retire? Whatever. The pros to that, we were discussing... he gets paid a lot of money.
Yeah.
It frees up money to bring in newer, younger talent.
Yeah.
Whatever. It also, what was the other thing? Not only money, but just like the spot.
Age?
Not just age. Like maybe I think just the spot on the team. Like
right.
the spot itself.
Like, is he the best player like for that position right now?
And those are the conversations that are happening. And
I mean, he has been, and that's what's frustrating. Like, he has been playing really well. Like you know, he broke that record for like most touchdowns. He broke some record for like most like rushing yards or something, like for a tight end or something of that nature. Like he had a lot. He's high
basically
amount.
done it all.
Yeah.
Like he's achieved all of his goals. He's broken every like record in tight end Chiefs history. He's got the most touchdowns of anybody in Chiefs history. Like you know, he's there. At this point, it's just kind of like where he may have hit his ceiling. This is what people are saying.
Yeah.
So the conversations will be happening. Something I'm not loving to see,
Ooh.
and I don't know if you saw this online, G. I forget if I sent it to you or not. There are a few journalists who are and otherwise who are commenting on the fact that Travis like has avoided talking to the press after the games when he himself has done like a bad job, which I don't necessarily think like yeah, Travis had a couple drops. I think he's certainly faced the music, you know, a lot of times.
Yeah.
I think recently he hasn't come out for these negative things. I don't see an issue with that. People think he's not like being held accountable or whatever. They like want almost like they want his head on a spike. Like that's the energy I'm getting from it. But what do you want him to say? He's gonna come out here and be like, "This sucks. I wish it wasn't like this." You know, whatever. And then it's going to be all about him. Like it's different.
He's going to go out there and they're going to ask him a million retirement questions and he's not going to have an answer and just going to be like awkward and hard. And yeah, I kind of see both sides on that because I do understand kind of wanting some answers from your players, just being like, what is going on? But like,
I just like don't even like, you know, the fucking answer.
Yeah, that's
you
what
know the fucking answer.
That's what
like,
I like.
Why does anybody need, right? Like the way that people are talking as if it's like, you gotta do this. It's like, I don't know if he does. The quarterback of the team is doing it. Patrick Mahomes is doing it. He's who is the best spokesperson for the team, if not the quarterback. That to me makes the most sense. But there is one. Oh my God! There's like, what the fuck is going on outside? Hold on, I have to find this. I definitely. There is a podcast host. She's like a Chiefs podcast. It's like Chief Queens or something.
Okay.
Did you see this?
No.
She's like a podcast host who covers the Chiefs, and she is like one of two. And then she, I thought that I saved it. How do I go to like bookmarks? So she put out, her name's Jody something. She put out a tweet that was like, I can't fucking find it. She put out a tweet talking shit about Travis indirectly. She was like, I just hate how Chiefs players who fuck up don't come out and whatever and blah blah blah. The reason I saw it is because Tavis Hayes was like tweeting it. Yeah. And she was indirectly talking shit about Travis. Turns out she's like Kayla Nicole's bestie. So she was like stirring up all this shit, talking shit about Travis. And I kind of blame her for like the beginning of this narrative that like Travis won't come face the music. Yeah. She was like the first one tweeting it. All the replies were like, fuck this, whatever, what's your problem? Unexpected by you. And then, of course, you know, Tavis Hayes is right on her ass. Here it is. Oh, thank you. Jody Newsome is her name. And she is a part of Kingdom's Queens, and it's a podcast that she does. And it says, I love how Patrick Mahomes and Chris Jones never skip out on the media, but the players who were terrible run out of the locker room and decline. Zero accountability, zero leadership. That's what she says. And she got absolutely fucking ratioed. Yeah, everybody's like, you don't know what you're talking about. There's no way you're subtweeting Kelsey with this. If only there was a weekly show where Travis specifically answers questions about how the game went. Like, and that's also another thing.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
It's not like we're never going to hear from Travis. We'll just hear from him on his own terms without the media peppering him with like, you know, do you think that your relationship and your engagement has distracted you from making the playoffs? Like, I just, you know, I don't know. But I don't love how people are kind of turning it on him in this like vulnerable time.
Yeah.
Is that crazy? And I just, you know, I'm not a fan. Generally, like I'm not, I've not been around for something like this. Yeah. So actually, no, I really don't. I really don't get people like calling for him to speak out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right after the game like that, knowing how emotional it is for him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that crazy to say?
No, I don't think so. I don't know exactly how I feel about it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I like him kind of right in the middle. Just because, like...
Like, did Jason talk to the press right after he had a hard time?
I highly doubt it.
You know?
I highly doubt it. But, like, I wonder if this has been, like, a a reoccurring thing, or is it just
People
this
are
one
saying
game?
it's the last couple of games.
Yeah.
But I also think that and then I guess the last time he did talk to the press, it was after a good game, and he was like doing, Kermit the Frog impressions, Pat Mahomes. People were saying,
Right.
I didn't see this for myself. This is just what people are saying.
Yeah, like because I think if it was like a one-off thing, I would be like, yeah, that makes sense. It's this really hard game, whatever. But like the fact that it's been a couple times. Listen, I don't think that these players need to be like held accountable in the moment, whatever. And like the new heights of it all makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like sometimes you gotta answer the questions, and like he's a star player.
Yeah.
He has a lot of responsibility. Like he's setting an example for other players. It's like every time he has a bad game, he's just not gonna talk. But like, I understand that he has the new heights of it all, so it's not like he's just not saying anything, you know?
And I also think that Travis could say or not say anything, and it'll never be enough. It'll never be right.
Yeah,
because
no, that's
everything gets twisted for him. It's
like
different for him.
I'm thinking about like
at this point,
if what like a star player, like I'm thinking about like if like AJ Brown or Devontae Smith, someone like or someone in, let's say, Travis's position, Dallas Goedert, like if he had 5, or he's not really pulled in. I'm trying to think of like a star player. I'll just say like Jalen. Like if Jalen like didn't do a press conference like 3 games in a row, whatever, I'd be like, okay, that's not a good sign,
right?
Because like he doesn't really, I want to say like care about the fans, but like care about just like the organization of like going out and being like, I want to take accountability for like the fuck ups that I did, like just
like
because you never know how these players are thinking in their heads like during the game. And maybe I am biased because the Eagles are like those players are very hard to read. So like when Jalen comes out and does these press conferences, or like we see moments of him talking, it's like, okay, now I can kind of understand where his head was at during this play, or things of that nature. But I don't think that these players need to be like answering these questions, like putting everything out there like right away. But I do feel like those press conferences, stuff after the game, unfortunately, it's kind of like the name of the game. You just kind of have to do it.
Yeah. I totally get that sentiment. I just guess why are...
But I would never like tweet like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, I guess to me, and maybe this is just like, it's very clear to me that he was upset with how he played. And ashamed and disappointed and whatever. Like, I don't need him to get on a podium and tell me that.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's what I'm saying, like, with
and disappointed.
With the last game. Yeah. Like, I understand him not doing press for that.
Sure.
But like the fact that it's been like reoccurring is interesting. Just like, I wonder why he like kind of is refusing to do it.
Yeah.
If it has been like the last couple games the way that people say, I honestly don't know.
I don't know either. But I would say that if I were him, I would also want to take a breath and then speak on my own terms 2 days later on my podcast. Like I just feel like that ultimately is a better way to present yourself, because it's another thing to have to speak on your gameplay immediately after a loss, especially when you're possibly on the heels of retirement. Like that, you could say something that you don't mean. You could say something in the height of emotions. And to me, that's what they're looking for, and that's why they make them do that.
They want like a gotcha moment. No, I get it for sure.
So I applaud him actually for not like falling for the gotcha moment or the opportunity for a gotcha moment. And I guess I maybe that's where my disconnect is. And like, I wouldn't feel, if I were like a diehard Chiefs fan, I wouldn't feel disrespected by that. I would feel like, wow, he cares so much that he needs like a minute to breathe, and we will hear from him eventually. Like, it's not like he's hiding from it. You know? So I don't know. I guess we'll have to see what he says on New Heights this week and how the Chiefs fans respond to it. Yeah. But I did not like some of the negativity.
No, I don't think, and especially like in a bad moment, like coming after this game where you don't know if he's going to retire. I feel like going after him in this moment is stupid. Like, you can have your opinions about him doing the press conferences, whatever, but like, there's really no need to like shove it in his face right now when he's like
after so many years of him doing so much for the franchise. For
that's
the team,
also very true.
He deserves a little bit of respect for himself.
That's
you know
very
true.
Like, he's
him.
not like a notorious press conference skipper. It just like happens to be this hard time. Yeah, so I understand. I understand like why he would not be doing that. And the New Heights of it all, I think, adds like that extra element of like, I will get to it.
Right.
You know?
Exactly. So never fear, but we'll have to just see. We'll have to see what the reaction is, and we'll have to see what happens in the coming weeks.
Yeah.
Months,
I feel like this makes it a bajillion times harder to retire.
Totally.
But like, I mean, it's kind of like Jason. Like, you just kind of like Jason retired on a bad note too. Like, it's just kind of the way the cookie crumbles. If anything, like, it's kind of nice that you and your brother go out the same way.
That I think would be the most comforting.
Yeah.
To know, like, all right, now our careers and our highlights were similar, and now also our endings are similar.
Yeah.
And those are both things to get through.
Yeah.
And I was saying to Gia the other day, or what, like after it happened, like, you know, even if he were to come back and try to do it again, like, you could end on a bad note again.
Yeah.
Like, they're chasing
it's
that moment.
never ending.
All of a sudden you're Tom Brady and Giselle's walking. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it's at a certain point you can't always chase that moment.
And that's
So
the
I wonder
crazy
what will
thing.
happen.
Like, you know, Gronk and Travis get compared to all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And Gronk retired, what, 5 years ago?
He's
3 to
been
5
retired for a
years
while,
ago?
yeah.
And they're the same age. Like,
Right.
it's crazy. You know, Travis could have hung up the cleats a long time ago, and he's still pushing, still fighting. So that's why I'm like, you know, maybe there's just a little bit in him that's like, I'm not ready to give it up just yet.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like chasing the end of the rainbow. Like, you're just going to keep going and going until you win the Super Bowl. And it's like,
Totally.
I think next year is going to be a complete rebuild for them.
Absolutely.
So,
I
you
think
know,
so too.
God knows if they'll make the Super Bowl next year, if they'll make the playoffs next year. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be a lot of rebuilding, a lot of shifting and changing. So it's very curious. I will support him either way.
Same.
Yeah.
I wonder if he would work like within the organization on
Right.
the side.
I'm
Like,
sure he would.
that to me seems like a natural move forward, as
Yeah.
because everyone always talks about how he's a vibes guy, how he's encouraging to the younger players,
Yeah.
how he's someone they all look up to and whatever. I would love if he were to step into some sort of role that like helps to prepare the newer players to help keep team camaraderie without actually having to like get out there anymore.
I could also see him
still
doing
part of the fam, you know?
Yeah, I could also see him doing some sort of like something similar to Jason, like Monday Night
Totally.
Football or Thursday Night
Yes.
Football or
I mean,
something
I
of
would
that.
love,
Yeah.
obviously we would love
Like
that.
the
That'd
Manning
be so
cast,
fun.
but instead the Kelsey cast.
It'd be so fun. Like,
Sounds better.
It really does,
Yeah.
the Kelsey cast. But there will obviously be, you know, football will never leave him.
Yeah, for sure.
But we'll just have to see what happens with his history with the Chiefs.
Yeah, for sure.
Someone who I know who was also actually there. I can't believe that we listed all those other celebrities ahead of this person. Donna Kelsey was in the building as well.
Of course.
So is Scott Swift too, by the way.
Yeah, Scott
we
was
didn't
there,
mention.
yes.
And Ed Kelsey was there too.
Oh, yes.
Ed was there in a cute little hat.
Oh.
Looking a little thin.
He was looking
And
skinny.
I was wondering if I you know,
Ozempic?
I think people
Or
were
health?
saying that he that his longtime girlfriend passed away kind of recently, and that he might just be going through
right,
something.
I remember that happened.
Yeah, and that happens when you get a little
Super
older. People
sad.
lose weight like that and
Yeah.
stuff. I don't know. I'm sure he's fine. We're making guesses for no reason, but he was looking a little peckish.
Yeah.
And I was, you know.
Hope he's doing all right.
He's doing all right.
Yeah.
And shout out to Ed. But we bring up Donna because we did see a brand new Traitors trailer.
Yes.
Very excited. Donna, what did she say?
She has mother instincts and a killer instinct.
She goes, as a mother who's raised two professional football players,
Yeah.
I've been on the sidelines way too long.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Now
It's like,
time for you to
fuck
step
yeah,
in the
Donna.
spotlight."
And then she did like an interview, like either after the game or before the game with Wes Wilson. And
yeah.
Wes
I
was
think
like,
before, yeah.
Wes was
Or I don't
asking
know,
her
actually.
about Traitors and stuff, and she was like, she's really excited. You know, it's gonna be a great season. She was talking about how Alan was very funny and all this
Alan,
things.
the host of
Yeah,
Traitors,
Alan Cummings.
So funny.
But yeah, I mean, the more I see her on it, the more I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be amazing.
can't wait.
I can't wait.
It's gonna be
and
so
I
good.
think everybody is in the same boat when we say that we all want Donna to be a traitor.
Everyone wants her to be a
Yeah.
traitor. I pray
Pray.
that she either is one right off the bat or becomes
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
I kind of almost want her to become one.
Less obvious.
Yes, because I think that everyone's really going to be hoping for it.
Yeah.
And I know if I were on the cast, I'd be like, that would be a smart move to make Donna Kelsey a
For
traitor.
sure, for sure.
So I would be suspicious right away. But yeah, so we'll have to see January 6th, of course, and we will discuss that.
Yes.
But and a follow up. The supposed Google Christmas movie with Nikki Bella and Taylor Kinney was just a Google ad.
Yeah, just a commercial.
A very funny commercial. And that was, they were like, the trailer comes out tomorrow, and it wasn't really a trailer. It was just a commercial.
It was very funny.
hilarious, though. Go check out the video. You know, it's like a play on those Hallmark movies. So it was a really funny commercial. Shout out Donna staying
Shout
paid.
out Donna. Donna's bringing in the money.
Yep.
Donna's bringing in the press. Donna's bringing in the screen time.
It's Donna's time to shine.
Legit.
Donna said, boys, retire. I'll take over from
Yeah.
you.
She's, as she said herself, she's been on the sidelines way too long, and I agree. Get her in the freaking spotlight.
Get her in that spotlight. Speaking of the spotlight as well, breaking news, Taylor Swift will be on Stephen Colbert on Wednesday.
Yay! I feel like we've been manifesting this.
I know.
Because
and I love Colbert.
Rumors are swirling that she's going to perform.
Yes,
because
it's
I guess
only
there's
her.
It's only her, and I guess there was like this thing on Google or something that was like Taylor Swift is going to perform on Stephen Colbert.
It's like the back end of
to
Google.
perform or something of that nature.
Yeah.
So excited. I will say,
excited.
I kind of hope if she does perform, I kind of hope she doesn't do Fate of Ophelia and does like
I don't think that she'll do
Father
one of the big
Figure or
ones.
Opalite or something.
I totally agree, Gia.
Yeah.
And I don't believe. Well, I mean, I don't know. We'll have to see.
Well,
but
it could be like the lead into
like
the
a
next single, you know, like
single
does
announcement.
Opalite.
Maybe Elizabeth Taylor.
Ooh, I would love that.
I would like an Elizabeth
in New
Taylor.
York.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't know what she'll perform, but
Is
does.
Colbert in New York? Yeah, right?
What's that?
Is Colbert in New York?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
You know, now that I'm really thinking about it, I feel like it's probably going to be Opalite. And I feel like it'll be the big Christmas announcement. Like something about Opalite is a Christmas song to me. And I just feel like, I don't know.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
I have a feeling she's going to do Fate of Ophelia, though.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the
just
one.
because it's the single.
Yeah.
It's the most popular song right now.
We'll have to see, but I'm very excited either
Very
way.
excited.
Very excited to see her in conversation with him. And she will, of course, be doing promo for the docuseries, which is out on Friday. Actually, Thursday at midnight.
Oh, shit.
Which I didn't realize. This is Friday at 12 a.m.
Okay,
so that
nice.
means Thursday at midnight. The first two episodes of the doc are out, and the concert, the last show concert will be out as well. Very, very excited. So we did see another preview for that.
Oh, yeah. And they did confirm that it was going to be spanning from before, like from the start of the tour
from
to the end.
2023
Yeah,
until,
which I thought was kind of known.
Me too.
Yeah.
That's why I sent it to you, and I was like, duh. I guess ABC, Good Morning America, they talked about it or whatever, and they were like, it's going to be showcasing behind-the-scenes stuff from 2023 until now, which, like, yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
But I guess if you didn't know
I
that.
mean, I wouldn't have really been surprised if she just kind of was like,
skip
I don't
all
want
that
to
part.
remember any of this.
True,
yeah.
true,
But
very
like,
true.
if it is going to be a full Eras Tour documentary, you got to do from the start. And I think
gotta add
it
that
would be
in.
a big miss if we didn't see like how it started, the first show, whatever, you know what I mean?
You have to see that.
Yeah.
I think, to me, that was going to be a no-brainer. But yes. But in the new promo, it's talking about all the guests that she got to work with. And so, of course, we see the clips of Sabrina again. We saw some Florence. We saw Gracie. And then we saw Ed.
Yep.
And Ed had a very nice thing to say about Taylor. Hold on, I want to go find it in the things. I want to read it exactly. He says, Ed Sheeran opens up about his friendship with Taylor Swift. He says, this isn't he didn't say this in the actual thing, but he said it after the fact. I do really agree with the James Taylor and Carole King thing. We have very transient lives. I'm very much settled, kids in school, and then touring. I do see her from time to time, talking about Taylor. And when we see each other, you just lock back in and reconnect. It's like no time has passed. It's very similar to a sibling, which again, we've been saying, you know?
Yeah.
So if anyone still at this point was worried about Ed, no worries.
No worries.
No worries.
Yeah,
no
I feel like
worries.
we've been saying that for a while. Sibling relationship.
Exactly.
It's very nice.
It's very sweet.
Yeah. It seems like we're going to get a lot of little tidbits with the guests, which is nice.
I can't wait to see that.
Yeah.
And there's a moment of like Taylor and Ed practicing, which
Yeah,
I
which
love.
is cute.
So I look forward to seeing them all practicing together. More Swifties doing late night TV. Millie Bobby Bon Jovi.
Millie Bonnie Bon Jovi.
Is out here just being the number one Swiftie. You know, I tried to message her.
Looking fabulous, by the way.
Looking so good.
Yeah.
I tried to message her on Instagram yesterday, but she doesn't accept DMs.
Oh, no duh, yeah.
It just feels to me like we could really get Millie Bobby Brown,
You
Millie
think
Bonnie
so?
Bon Jovi in this room. Maybe not literally right now during Stranger Things, because that would be, you know, obviously she's busy. But I mean, if she's married to Bon Jovi, like she's a Jersey girl, she's a Swiftie.
Yeah.
I just feel like we could get her in here. But she went on Fallon and did one of those like sing song.
Yeah.
It wasn't a song, but it was like a poem almost, talking about her character 11 going through the series and growing up and using all of the Taylor Swift album names like within the long thing. It was very well written, very, very well done.
Very cute.
I think she did it herself.
Yeah, I mean,
Which I'm
I would
sure.
think.
And
And
then,
if she was asked if she likes football, and she said, "Yeah, I love Taylor Swift."
Yep.
Which is hilarious. She's been like holding down. I would say she's like the queen the queen celebrity Swiftie right now. She's really holding it down. I put Rachel Zegler up there too.
Yes.
But she's really been holding it down for all the Swifties. Just talking about how much she loves Taylor.
MBB. She pops
Love her
off.
down. Love her hair. Loved her outfit.
Loved her outfit.
She was slaying the house boots.
Absolutely. And she always does. And we're big fans of her on this show. But she also, a little story came out of her on the Stranger Things set from Nell Fisher, who plays Holly, the younger sister, who's kind of like a main star in this latest installment. She said that MBB, Millie Bobby Bon Jovi, pulled a bunch of the kids over while they were filming episode 8, I believe.
Yeah.
So the finale, I assume, right? 8 is the finale. So it sounds like it was intense or whatever, which we don't know obviously what that entails. But at one point, there were a bunch of the kids around or whatever, and Millie was like, come on, guys, let's go over here and, like, do something fun. And they created a whole choreographed dance to Please, Please, Please by Sabrina Carpenter.
It's very sweet.
Headed up by Millie. So I think that's just just a testament to who she seems to be.
Yeah, because I feel like sometimes people think that she's like a bitch, and I don't know why.
She
seems really nice.
I really don't know.
Yeah.
I also want to say something quick about Noah Schnapp.
Okay.
Schnapp?
Yeah.
I know people hate his guts.
Yeah.
There's things that he's said and done or whatever. I really missed kind of that whole thing. Like I didn't see all that shit. And I always just saw people being dramatic and like hating on him for being a celebrity in a show. But I've seen some clips recently, and I think that we need to start remembering that like sometimes people aren't like bad people, they're just dumb. And he, I think, is really dumb, like very, very dumb in his interviews, in his conversations. I think he thinks he knows what he needs to say to make people happy and just has no fucking idea. And the reason I bring it up is because they asked him like on a carpet, like, what's a controversial thing?
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, ooh, I don't really like Life of a Showgirl. Oh, wait, what? That's crazy. Like, he just kind of answered in a really dumb way. And I have a friend who is exactly like that. And I was like, yeah, I think that's just where he is. So I think that nobody has to expect anything from that man. You know what I mean? Like, pretty much ever again. Like, I don't know what his future holds, but there were all these rumors that like the cast doesn't fuck with him, but Millie is friendly with him and he's like the godfather of her child, all kinds of shit. But I think that people need to start thinking about people as stupid. You know? Like, we kind of forget that aspect of people. Like, you can just be really dumb. Just because you're a celebrity doesn't mean that anything you say has any merit. And I think that's where I've put him now.
Yeah.
That's just his thing.
Yeah.
I know he said some crazy shit, but I think he's dumb as bricks.
Yeah, but I don't know if like being dumb is an excuse to be an asshole.
I also think he's, but that's what I mean. Like, I think that he doesn't even know. Like, I think he is truly dumb. Like, the string of conversations I saw him do, I said, oh, sweetie, like what?
Yeah, I don't know.
I had no idea. I also don't know how old he is.
He's young.
He's 21. Okay, please. He's so fucking stupid. Like, don't even, I don't know. I've been seeing people who are like conflicted about Stranger Things. And I'm like, you don't need to put so much weight on the 21-year-old who doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Yeah. But he's dumb. And that's that. But we love Millie Bobby Brown regardless. I'm not worried about her being friends with him. I'm not worried about, because that was another thing, I think. People were like hating on her for being friends with him.
Oh, interesting.
That's why they were like, fuck her. You know? I think that's completely unnecessary. But we have other people who are feeling a little embarrassed by their choices. And that's Carissa Thompson.
Oh, yeah.
Carissa Thompson revealed. She's
very funny.
Confessed. She's exposed herself. She is a cat named Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
And she said that she has this cat. She named this cat way before she knew Taylor.
Yeah, she was like 3 years ago or something.
And she's been keeping it under wraps because she's embarrassed. But she said, I have to come clean. My cat's name is Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I didn't tell Taylor, but I'm sure she'd laugh. Whatever, blah, blah, blah. What do we think about this? I think it's hilarious.
I feel like it's hilarious, and I feel like, it's kind of relatable. Like,
yeah, of course.
If anything, you never know like what's gonna happen in the future, and it's very funny. I think it's just like clearly she was a big fan. It's cute. Totally. I think Taylor has named her cats after celebrities. So,
of course, right? And then she knows
Olivia
them.
Benson, or I guess like
they're characters technically, but
fictional. Yeah, but
still.
There's a real person behind the character, but yeah, I think it's cute. I think it's funny.
Me too.
I think it's silly.
She named the cat Taylor Swift, and she knows Tay.
Right.
So really, it's the same thing.
And I think it's really funny that she's like embarrassed about it too.
Me too. I think that's sweet.
Like, there's no need to be.
I'd be
but
so
I think
embarrassed
it's
as
funny.
well.
Oh, totally. Like, same. I'd be like, oh my God, please don't think I'm a
I'd
freak.
be like, girl, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But that's what
But
we live in that space perpetually where we're like so low-key embarrassed. Like if ever we were to meet her, be like, oh my God, we're so sorry about this podcast. Like,
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like how do you, she's the biggest celebrity in the world. Like,
yeah.
You can't really, I feel like people do that all the time, like name their pets after celebrities.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course they do.
And how are you supposed to know that you're going to be friends with her?
And the biggest celebrity of all. Like, in what
Literally.
world would you ever expect you'd be friends with Taylor Swift? So, I think that's hilarious. And I love Carissa Thompson.
Me too. I love her too. She could do no wrong. And I feel like it's just, and I really thought it was just so funny how she like posted on her story. Someone was like, "Could you finally like tell us the name of your cat?" She was like, "Fuck, finally, I'll tell you guys." Like, even though I really don't want to. Yeah.
It's right. It's really, she was really kind of like just having to expose herself for some reason. Very funny. Do we think that the number one Spotify Swiftie in all of Spotify history or whatever it is, that Spotify ranked, or there were things coming out after the whatever it's called, Spotify Wrapped, where the Swifties who listened the most to Taylor Swift ended up being ranked. And some people were ranked in the 100,000 or the tens of thousands. Other people were ranked in like the 20s. And so the conversation was turned to like, who is the number one? Who's the number one Swiftie? And I'm wondering, do we think this number one Swiftie who listened to Taylor Swift for 449,000 minutes this year has a cat named Taylor Swift? And probably no, but Gia just pointed out to me that, because that doesn't make any sense to me. It's like literally 360 days straight or something crazy if you break down the math. Other people did this. I didn't break down the math, but
because it came up on my For You page, and she like when she like screen recorded her thing to like prove that it was real,
to show it was her.
And in one of like the more recent, like when you go to Spotify and you go onto like your homepage, there's like columns that say like what you've recently been listening to, and one of the things that she had was Fresh Out the Slammer, or sorry, whatever song was like her favorite song, The Albatross, 420 hours straight or something like that. 420 hours of The Albatross was the name of the playlist.
Right. Okay.
So she just plays that and like falls asleep basically.
Got it. So it's what people are calling a sleep
streamer. Yeah. So it's like just when you stream the music while you're sleeping as well as when you're awake.
Yeah.
So it's like you're not technically listening to Taylor Swift like all the time,
playing it on,
but you are giving her all those streams. So it's like, I don't see it. I don't care.
I could give a shit about that either.
You know?
I don't care about that at all. I think that alone honestly takes some dedication.
Every
night you're putting that song. What are you, turning your volume down?
Yeah, I guess so.
How is then your alarm going to wake up in the morning with your volume all the way down?
Yeah.
Like, I don't.
It's wild. It seems like a lot of effort, but I understand.
So coming for that number one spot, what do you get getting that number one spot?
I don't think anything.
Nothing? Just the bragging rights?
Just the bragging rights.
But that
and the
number
girl looks
is
exactly
so
like Gracie Abrams in her picture. I'm like, is that Gracie Abrams?
I actually thought she looked so much like Stranger Things Nell Fisher. Holly.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was like, oh my God, is Holly the number one Swiftie?
Yeah.
But no.
Yeah, I was confused by how she did that. Like, how could she possibly do that? And then I was like reading through the comments and then realized that she had that Albatross 420-hour thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's like. I really don't care. I really don't care.
I really don't give a flying fuck.
I'm trying to care, but I don't. But that's what you're up against, by the way. If you're feeling badly about where you ended up on the ranking of how
you're
much
up
Taylor
against
Swift
people
you listen to,
streaming the same song for 5 days straight, basically.
Yes, so don't feel bad.
I mean, I was like, what, like 7% or 6%?
Yeah, you were 0.6% or 0.06%, and I was 0.07 or 0.7, whatever it was. But
so like we're way back there.
We're basically, are we even fans?
Yeah.
Like compared to this girl? But we're not streaming in our sleep. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, definitely not.
But I guess shout out to her for putting all that work for 449,000 minutes. It's so crazy.
It's
absolutely
crazy.
Nuts.
Yeah, and listen, like without her, would we be where we are? I don't know.
Who knows? Yeah. We need people like this doing the work.
Exactly.
And they're putting in the effort. But don't worry about it. Don't get upset about it. Don't be rage baited by it, like Pitchfork is doing. Ooh. And finally, we have a confession.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Truly insane. So we last week talked a little bit about Pitchfork in a joke way, being like, oh, we respect them now because they liked Addison Rae's album.
Yeah.
Which I do. I appreciate all the love that it's getting. She was nominated for a Grammy. We knew that. And she had a nice thing to say about that. I'm looking at, here it is.
Yeah, Walden Green of
nice. Yeah,
Pitchfork reveals that he needs to mention Taylor Swift's name to every tweet to gain traction for their paycheck. Taylor Swift's dominance in recent years is sublime. You can put her name to a tweet and it will reach our goal or monthly quota.
Which makes me sick. But so Pitchfork had tweeted out their like 30 pop albums from 2025 that are good. And nobody like clicked on the tweet. Nobody cared about it. Then they edited or they retweeted put a new one out that said, Taylor Swift released an album so bad we won't even talk about it. Here are 30 pop albums from 2025 that are actually great. And then someone had quote tweeted it saying, they originally tweeted this article with zero mention of Taylor Swift and it had 500 likes. Compare that to this. That tells you all you need to know. These names combined don't bring in a tiny fraction of the traffic Taylor does.
Yeah.
And so for them to admit straight up, like, yeah, we are using Taylor's name for clickbait to hit our own quotas and it affects their own personal paychecks. That tells you all you need to know, truly. And I want to say a thing. I want to stick up in defense of Barstool Sports, where that is not the case. Like we don't do that with Taylor's name here. Like there are points that we will write about Taylor Swift when big news happens or album breakdowns or whatever. But we're not going out of our way, and these people know better in here because I'll literally kill everybody. Like if somebody tries to write about Taylor Swift in like a weird gotcha way on the website, I'm like up their ass about it. I'm like, that's fake, that's a lie, get out of here. Like that's clickbait, whatever. I get really annoyed because I don't like the idea of people doing exactly that. And I just think it's a little gross. And I think the article thing, the tweet thing, trying to get money for it, it's just so transparent.
It's so obvious.
You know?
Yeah.
And that it pisses me off. And so Pitchfork's dead again. Not that
for
it
sure.
ever really was alive, but Pitchfork's dead.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's so many different examples. October 3rd, October 4th, October 3rd, October 7th, October 19th, October 9th. Just, like, these weird digs. Taylor Swift could never be bigger, and her music's never been less compelling. A song that sounds like Kids Bop version of Pixies' Where Is My Mind. Ugh. It's like...
It's just rage bait.
It's very obvious.
It's rage bait. And thank you to Oxford for bringing up this very important
Pitchfork
thing.
is a dying fucking thing anyway, so no one gives a fuck. And their opinion literally holds no value.
Nothing.
Like nothing that they do holds
they don't have taste.
any. Yeah.
They have no taste. They can't think objectively is their problem. Like they do their analysis based on what they think people are going to respond to, positive or negative, and that's never been more clear. You know, it's not legitimate, and you know, I can't believe I'm saying it. I put more faith in Rolling Stone, which I normally wouldn't. You know, I feel like in the past we've talked shit about their analysis. Kind of put them all in the same category. Same, but at least Taylor has done things with Rolling Stone. Yeah, and so I kind of feel whatever. And I also don't really like their analysis ever, but I put them above Pitchfork in terms of analyzing music, because at least they care or seem to care about the music over the clicks, whereas Pitchfork is literally just writing a review to get people to shit on whoever they want, and I just hate that. I think it's dumb as fuck, so forget it. Pitchfork, you're dead. Dead. You know who else might be dead?
And I don't even want to admit this.
I don't either, and I'm really upset. And listen, Hunger Games fans, you're about to be pissed if you didn't see this. And
this made me really upset.
Me too. So the new show, I Love LA, with Rachel Sennett, as the star and writer, also stars Josh Hutcherson, PETA from Hunger Games. The show is actually very good. I watched the show and I like it a lot. But that whole crew, that's like a brat crew. Like they all, for sure, they're all friends with Charlie. They're all working together. They're all in each other's shows. That main guy, the guy that was in the interview with Josh, I can't think of his name right now. He's also in a bunch of other things I watched. He was in that show English Teacher I liked. Okay. Anyway, so I can't think of, let me look at his name, because he's up and coming and he's like fucking everywhere, to be honest. Jordan Firstman, that's his name. He's in a lot of things and he's good in the show, but Josh and Jordan were doing an interview together, and the Taylor Swift came up. Yeah. And Josh was like, I'm not a Swiftie. Yeah. And Jordan was like, yeah, me neither. And Josh was kind of like, yeah, like really not a Swiftie. Like they were kind of being shady. Yeah. Not kind of. They were actively being shady. And Jordan said something like, oh, I can give her a little shade. Like she gets enough love. Like they were kind of like being very flippant. Did you watch that whole clip? Yeah, I'm trying to. It was like.
They deleted it. Why?
Oh, no. Why? Because they're embarrassed? Watch, it was AI.
Oh, my God, imagine. No, well, he's like, oh, you know, I'm not a Swiftie, And he's like, "Ooh, are you throwing shade?" And he was like, "No shade." And the guy was like, "Well, she's famous enough, she can have a little shade."
Yeah. And they both, the end of the conversation was essentially like, we're not Swifties here, whatever.
Yeah.
Cut to.
And he was like, "No, like, I'm not. Like,
I am not a Swiftie."
Yeah.
Cut to motherfucking Josh Hutcherson in the VIP booth at the Eras Tour.
Literally.
Shut the fuck up, bro.
Oh, that's how it got brought up, because Josh, he was like asked to show a picture or something on his phone. And he showed a picture like from the Eras Tour. And then he was asked, like, "Are you a Swiftie?" Like, Jordan asked, are you a Swiftie? He brought his mom to the Eras Tour. Was, yucking it up with all the fans, getting the friendship bracelets, all these things.
I fucking hate that.
I know.
So Josh Hutcherson went to the Eras Tour. Good boy, brought his mom, exchanged friendship bracelets, capitalized on all that clout. Everyone took pictures of him while he was there. He gets that Swiftie bump, and then all of a sudden he's on a brand new show, and he's ready to, and he thinks he's doing okay.
Because he's like hanging out with Rachel Sennett now, so like he can't like be a Swiftie.
That is gross to me.
Yeah, I don't
like that at all.
It's one thing to be like, "Oh yeah, I'm not a Swiftie, like I don't really like listen to her music, whatever." It's another thing to like double down and be like, "No, like I'm not a Swiftie." I wish I could find the fucking clip, because it's so weird how like he doubles down.
Josh Hutcherson, Jordan.
After this actor's comment. Okay, here we go. Hutcherson took part in ID Magazine's Camera Roll Roulette segment with Jordan Firstman.
Yeah.
And a simple question about whether he was a Swiftie turned into a heated debate online. During the segment, the Hunger Games actor showed a photo from Taylor Swift's Eras Tour, a picture of him and his mom at the show. Firstman called it really cute, and Hutcherson immediately explained that his mom made him go. When Firstman asked if he was a Swiftie, Hutcherson replied, "I'm not a Swiftie, very much not. No shade, all respect, but definitely not."
I mean, what about that is no
shade?
Like, very much not.
Definitely
what about that
not.
is no shade?
Like, clearly you're a fan enough to go take friendship bracelets for people and take pictures with people.
So annoying to me.
And then Firstman joked back, "A tiny little shade. She can handle a little bit of shade."
It's just like, that's just crazy to me. And actually, I will say, shout out to Jordan Firstman, whatever, for being like, "Yeah, no, you are shading." Like, I do appreciate him being like, no, you're definitely shading her. Like, don't talk your way out of this hole. And I'll tell you what. I'm obviously a PETA fan, always have been. I've liked Josh Hutcherson. I like him in the show.
I've always loved Josh Hutcherson.
It was cool that he went to the Eras Tour. And so, yeah, he soaked up all that love, and now he's just spitting back in our faces.
Yeah.
So, by the way, fuck you.
Fuck you.
I'm out.
PETA.
I'm out for now.
Are we Team Gail now?
Oh, I'm Team Gail. Yeah. Liam Hemsworth, you're next up.
Yeah, the Hemsworth brothers. I'm pretty sure they were at the concert too.
They definitely were.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it is a shame. Yeah, I just did my 6-monthly bi-quarterly Hunger Games watch.
Same. A couple
and
weeks
I just
ago.
love him. So yeah, just like watch your mouth, Josh.
There was just no need to say that.
No, there's no need to double down.
Like, oh,
be like, I'm not a Swiftie. I like the music, but I'm not a Swiftie.
Yeah, the music's all right, and I took my mother. Is what you could have said. I wouldn't have cared. Be like, oh, I'm not as big as a fan as everyone else.
Yeah,
that's the canned answer of like, I'm not a super fan, but whatever. Like
the shade was prominent.
The shade was prominent. And again, just because you're on this new show and it's doing okay, like people are calling it the new Girls, like the LA version of Girls. And I'll tell you, it is good, but it's not there yet. Like you're big for your fucking britches. It's been like 5 episodes, Josh. Like show your fucking ass. Don't stop biting the hands of the fans that love you.
Right.
And I'm telling you, there's massive Hunger Games Swiftie crossover.
Big time.
So you fucked up.
Yeah, big
fucked
time.
Fucked up bad. Thank God though, we have someone holding the line. Ray.
Yes.
Coming in with some Tay praise.
Very relatable.
Very relatable, saying that she's so annoyed by the hate that Taylor gets.
That she wants to make like a fan account so that she can go online and defend her name. She's like, sometimes I just get so frustrated. I'm like, what if I just make a fan account so I can go online? And girl, we feel you.
We feel you so hard. Yeah, she says, it makes me want to go. Here's the exact words. It makes me want to go and start a fan account and say, shut up about her. She's really nice. And it's nice to see someone at the top of their game being grounded and lovely. And I mean, couldn't have said it better ourselves. Bless you. Couldn't have said it better ourselves.
I mean, I think everybody who like has ever met her or whatever, and you know, Ray opened for her. So obviously, like they've had connection before, or whatever. But yeah, very relatable. I feel like we've all wanted to make burner accounts and just rip on people, but
absolutely.
Sometimes you have to hold your composure. And you know, it can be easily traced back to you sometimes, so you gotta be careful. And it's funny that she
burners are tough to do.
Yeah, don't do it.
You say it with your chest.
It's very funny that, you know, even celebrities like feel like sometimes they just want to like scream and shake people.
Yeah,
because that's how we feel as well.
Of course, it's ridiculous ultimately. Last but not least, in Taylor news, we've got the possibility, a rumor that a Taylor song may or may not be used in The Housemaid. No, that's what people were like, no.
Yeah, I'm so 50-50 because I love Amanda Seyfried.
Yeah, me too.
So, we're just going to forget about Sydney Sweeney for a second.
Yep.
Think about Amanda Seyfried, how amazing she is. And then we say, yay, there's a song in The Housemaid.
Exactly. And Sydney Sweeney clearly has a new PR rep because she's crawling back.
Saving face, for
trying to
sure.
Save face. She's officially said that she doesn't stand with the conversation around the American Eagle ad or whatever. And I almost quote tweeted and said, Sydney, it's not about the American Eagle ad. We do not give a fuck. Like, that's not why people care. Like, yes, that was the catalyst to everyone calling you like a MAGA freak because you wouldn't say
that you
that's
don't
not
like
what we
white
meant.
supremacy. Yeah,
like that was an opportunity that you could have taken that you didn't. Yeah, we think you're an asshole for that. Ultimately, my dislike for her now comes from her trying to like say that women are the only people hating on her.
Yeah,
and that's something I can't forgive.
Yeah,
so that or can't forgive until it's acknowledged.
Right.
So if Sydney Sweeney's PR team is listening, that's the real issue. And she's lost her female audience because the men only want to look at her boobs. They don't care about going to the movies to see her play Christy What's-Her-Face.
Yeah.
And that movie bombed, by the way.
Yeah.
And I would have loved to have gone to see that movie and support, but I didn't. I actively did not go see that movie because I said, I don't care.
No, yeah.
And so,
and I feel like she just like, bad. She's not the person to be representing a character like that. I don't know.
At least not anymore in my eyes. I thought she was perfect for it. I liked that she trained for it and did all that other stuff. And she's got a lot of movies, a lot of shit coming up. And I'm on record saying I think she's a good actress.
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate when she acts like an asshole behind the scenes and is wondering why suddenly everybody is not on her team anymore.
Yeah, for sure.
And not being supportive. So we'll see.
We'll have to see what song is used. I feel like rep.
Probably a rep song.
Yeah.
Or maybe, I really don't know.
Father figure, maybe.
Father figure could be.
Do you know what
I need a refresher.
Have you read the book?
Housemaid.
Yeah.
When it first came out, and I kind of forget, and I really need a refresher.
Yeah.
Because it came out like years ago, right?
It's an older book for sure.
I need a refresher.
Not older, but like in the past like 5 to 10 years.
I read that right at the same time I read Verity, and I think I kind of
similar.
Conflate them a little.
Yeah,
like I need to do a reread of both to make sure I know which is which.
Well, it's kind of like it's like the same idea of like who's actually the crazy one.
Yes. Yeah. And so I need to do a reread.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But Austin Swift, hard at work as always.
As always, my king.
Like. We love him. Gia, I did something crazy in the middle of the night last night. I know that when I was lit on the plane, I was discussing my plans for New Year's, how they kind of fell into my lap. I've been going back and forth. What am I going to do? Am I going to go on a trip between Christmas and New Year's, whatever? And the answer is yes. I'm going to London. I'm visiting my friend Charles, who's doing a fun little New Year's Eve thing. And I'm very excited. And I bought my flight and I said, I really could have used a BFF in this moment to help me manage my money. And thank God for Experian, which I will be consulting after these big purchases.
Yes, and by BFF, that's your big financial friend. This is where Experian comes in because your squad can hype you up, but they cannot tackle your finances. Experian helps you stay on top of your FICO score, helps find ways to save, and helps find credit cards that match your lifestyle all in one free app. And here's the clutch move. Some of those cards are labeled no ding decline. That means if you're not approved, your credit scores stay safe. I'm telling you, it's legit. Download the Experian app and share it with the fam because everyone could use a big financial friend. And applying for no ding decline cards won't hurt your credit score if you aren't initially approved. Initial approval will result in a hard inquiry, which may impact your credit scores.
Non-Taylor news, we've got a couple of things. Sabrina Carpenter won the Variety Hitmaker of the Year award. Jack Antonoff also won an award, but I wanted to read what Sabrina said about songwriting because I thought it was lovely. She says, and Variety, by the way, Variety is crushing it right now in their content. It's the stars that whoever is like choosing the stars and choosing the people that they're uplifting is doing a really good job. There's that one host though that I still don't like, the guy who does the red carpets with the white hair. At Variety.
The older guy?
Yeah.
I think
he's like a little too, I don't know. But
he pushes a lot.
Yes, and it makes me a little uncomfortable. But everything else Variety is putting out right now, they're really crushing. But Sabrina said this on Writing Music. Write what speaks to you. Write something that only you can write. Write the music that you want to listen to yourself. Add the weird chord progression and key change, and call men stupid in as many ways as you can. And I thought that was cute. She said that during her speech. And I didn't see what Jack won for, but, congrats. Congrats to them both for winning some awards. That's fun and cute.
Yeah, she was like on the cover of Variety magazine, right?
She was,
she's killed it. I also saw, I don't know if this is true, rumors swirling that she's doing day drinking with Seth Meyers.
Oh, that would be so fun. I love that show.
Me too.
And I love Seth Meyers.
Me too.
Very fun. We also had Addison Rae give her reaction to her Grammy nomination. That
Addie,
I want to find.
Love you, Addie.
We love Addison Rae. And honestly, I know that we were so excited last week talking about how she won, or I'm sorry, how she was nominated and how she's finally getting some of her praise. But this is what she said in reacting to her Grammy nomination. She said, "It's such an honor to be recognized, not just as a new artist, but as an artist at all, by the Recording Academy. Anyone who has ever dreamed of doing what they love but feared they wouldn't be taken seriously knows how much this kind of moment means. I've definitely battled with that doubt before, wondering if this could ever be possible." And that just touched my heart.
Yeah.
Because I do think that
she's been doubted.
That's her biggest battle.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, this TikToker dancer, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, they don't want to open up their minds to the fact that she actually might be an incredible artist.
Yeah.
And whoever, like, her team is helping her, like, whatever is the machine that Addison Rae is a part of, they're really crushing it.
Yeah, they're crushing it.
And she's back in Sweden. She was just in Sweden again with some of her collaborators.
Album number 2?
Album number 2, question mark. And I can't wait. I can't wait.
I
very happy for her.
I feel like we talk about it all the time. It's just such a good album. I'm very happy for her. Mm-hmm. I really feel like she handles the whole TikTok to pop star like transition very well.
Pipeline. Mm-hmm.
I feel like she, does a good job of like acknowledging that like she was this person who was presenting a certain persona, and now she's kind of like being who she really is. Because sometimes you have to fake it till you make it.
Totally.
And she is kind of like the example of that. And I feel like she's finally being able to like be creative and express her creativity in other ways, in ways that she actually wants to. And I don't see any problem with that. Like, I don't understand why people are so gung-ho about the TikTok to music pipeline. I feel like if you're making good music, if you're authentic, and if you are like really actually working hard and writing your own stuff or helping and collaborating and having these visions of like what you want and things of that nature, like, why the fuck not? You have the platform, you might as well use it to do what you actually want to do.
Completely agree. And when did everybody start like in this wave of support people for doing what they want and following their dreams and whatever? Why not her? Why does everybody shit on her?
Right.
It makes no sense to me. And
no one's shitting on fucking Alex Warren.
Right.
Yeah.
Great example, Gia.
Thanks.
Just because Ordinary popped off the one fucking song, everyone just accepted that him and his wife or whatever, their big glow up and they're famous now and blah, blah, blah. And he's singing at every award show, invited to everything, nominated, whatever. Addison Rae deserves the same kind of respect. And
she has,
if not more, to be honest.
Yeah, because, she's doing something totally different.
Yep.
He is just doing fucking... I mean, whatever, Alex Warren, but he's doing like
it's
classic,
fine.
like the stomp and
got
holler.
The Lumineers could have done it.
Yeah, exactly.
I
like with a big chorus, with the big people, with the big voices in the background.
Who's the
like,
guy? It's who's the same people? And if you close your eyes, Bastille.
He's very Bastille. He's very Imagine
Bastille.
Dragons. Like, we've seen that all done before. Addison Rae, I feel like is. Even though we've seen like Swedish pop or Nordic pop or whatever, she's kind of combining into her sound. We've seen similarities to that, but not for a very long time.
Not for a long time.
So,
it's also a fresh take. I'll say it's a very fresh take on that type of pop.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
I cannot say enough good things about it. I know that you guys are probably bored of us talking about it all the time, but we're serious. We really support
Addison Rae. We should change our show name to Addison Rae Watch.
Addison Rae Watch. There's also a sweet photo of Addison Rae and Tate McRae together.
Love them.
People were like, the Rays are together.
Well, I guess that Tate and like Gracie Abrams and Audrey Hobart and Addison Rae like all used to be besties.
They're all friends. I think
maybe they still are.
Isn't Olivia like friends with them too? Like I think
Olivia and Tate I know were besties. And I know Gracie and Olivia were friends. I don't know if they're that close anymore, but like Olivia or Gracie was like a special guest on Olivia's like little thing that she did.
Right. I think
they all have kind of intertwined. Tate is in one of Olivia's music videos. I forget which one.
Oh yeah.
Haven't heard you from a couple of weeks. And
Oh God, it's brutal out here. Brutal.
No. It's
Oh.
yes, I know that he's my ex, but can't two people reconnect?
To only see him as a friend.
Biggest lie I ever said.
Yes, I know.
What,
Wait.
what song is
God,
that?
It's wait.
You're combining brutal
Yeah, I
and
am. Dun, 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 dun.
yes, I know that.
Yes, and he's
my ex, but can't two
He's
people.
reconnect.
Bad idea,
Bad
right?
idea,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yes.
Banger song.
See me tonight.
It's a bad idea, right?
Yeah,
oh,
I
I
fucking
love
love
that song. I was
I don't think I knew that she was in that music
song.
video.
Yeah, I didn't know either, but
I have to go look.
I literally just saw it on my
funny.
For You page a couple days ago.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, we love all the pop girlies hanging out.
Yeah, big time.
Last but not least, Joe Jonas just really holding it down for us, the Jersey and us all, not able to parallel park in the middle of.
Speak for yourself.
I'm sorry. When's the last time you parallel parked?
When I was in Martha's Vineyard, probably a couple of months ago. I parallel park a lot. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't parallel park. Well, I haven't driven in a really long time,
Oh.
but I was seeing people in the replies being like, "We never parallel park in Jersey," which is facts. I never have parallel park. Like I parallel park for my test, and my dad made me learn it. I could
really?
do it, no
I feel
problem.
like I parallel park like all the time.
Never.
Maybe just because I like parallel parking, because I like to
Maybe.
show off that I can do it.
Maybe that's it. Because I never parallel park.
I'm pretty fire at parallel parking.
Where would you even do that?
Martha's Vineyard, you have to parallel
Outside
all
of
the
Martha's
time.
in Jersey. Like I don't go to Martha's Vineyard, so I'm talking about Jersey.
Jersey, I don't know. I feel like at like a friend's house, if everyone's lining up on the street, you parallel park in between. On the side streets on Main Street, I would parallel park.
I never have a need.
Yeah.
I can't think of one scenario in New Jersey besides my driving test where I had to parallel park.
Did you not have like parallel parking spots like on Main Street, like driving down your Main Street?
But every place had like a parking lot in the back.
Yeah, not really for Chatham.
Like there was parking, but there was always a parking lot, which I never even bothered.
Yeah,
Regardless, the people in the comments is the reason I got that idea. People were like, Joe's Jersey is showing.
That's
like,
very
We don't
funny.
parallel park in Jersey, blah, 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 whatever. But
Well, what is he doing trying to parallel park in fucking New York?
idea.
Like
in like the middle of Soho. But the reason we're bringing it up is because like 10 different people got videos of him trying to parallel park. And then he started commenting on it being like, wow. And nobody tried to help me. That was so funny. But shout out to Joe.
He's
for being
very
real.
funny.
He is real. He's funny. He's real. And I know that we were shitting on him a lot during the Sophie Turner breakup. But
Yeah.
I just, you got to love Joe.
You gotta love him. Unfortunately, he's like
All the dust has settled with that drama, it seems.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Seems like they're doing a good job co-parenting from what I've
Yes.
like read
Haven't
in the
seen
press.
any drama about like there was, the time where they were trying to slander her like she was a drunk mother and whatever, a
Yeah,
negligent
that's
mother. That was bad. But
bad,
seems
bad.
like they've climbed out of that hole. So shout out to them. And shout out to Joe Jonas, parallel parking.
Yeah.
Or trying.
Trying his hardest. And that's
like
so
a
funny.
G-Wagon.
He was like, and no one wanted to help me. Like
Really
imagine
hilarious.
I show up. I'm like, Joe, I got you, bro.
Don't worry about it.
Fucking-
Yeah. This way. This way. Stop. Well, closer.
You're
Closer.
good.
Stop.
You're
Stop.
good. You're good. So
You're
funny.
good.
Yeah.
You're good. You're
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
I hate that so much.
Yeah.
Also, no backup cam in that G-Wagon? I guess not.
Yeah. What the fuck?
But who knows? But
Very funny.
But all right. I believe that is that.
Yes.
Hopefully we touched on everything.
Yes.
Yes, we had a great time in Kansas City. Shout out to
Amazing.
the city, to all the people that we met while we
Yes.
were there. All the
Yeah.
Swifties
Shout out
we
to all the
met,
Swifties that we met.
and the Taylor Watch fans.
Which was super nice. There was a girl, I believe her name was Elizabeth. I'm so sorry if I can't remember your name, but she said she was waiting for an hour to see us.
Oh my God! Right,
was
in the,
so
in the
nice.
tailgate. That
Yeah.
was so lovely. She with her husband, right? She was
Yeah,
with her husband.
the guy Colton. He found us in our seats with his child.
Oh my God! Yeah, there was
Yeah.
a guy who he had his baby. Like he wasn't a baby; he was like a toddler, and he
Yeah.
was like, "Hey, spotted us a couple. I don't know how he spotted us.
Yeah.
Maybe my big fluffy hat.
Yeah,
That's all I
probably.
could think of. But yes, shout out to everyone who not only said hi to us, but went out of their way to see us.
Yeah.
We had a lovely time.
It
We
was
loved seeing
really
everybody.
amazing. It was
Yeah.
such a fun time.
It really
Great
was.
food, great vibes.
Yep.
We maybe need to go in the summer next time.
I would like to go in the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
beginning of the
spring,
season.
like
Yeah,
a
for sure.
September game next year. That would be
Agreed.
very fun.
Agreed.
So shout out, and another huge thank you to DraftKings for bringing us.
Yes, seriously,
and
thank you, DraftKings.
showing us the time of our lives.
Yeah, they
truly.
set it up amazing.
Mm-hmm.
We were treated like queens, and it was just a 10 out of 10 experience, really.
Yes, big shouts. So, all right, we have, of course, for our Thursday episode, we will be recording it tomorrow, Wednesday. So, if you
Today,
wanna-
yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
No, oops, sorry. Ignore me.
tomorrow, Wednesday, we'll be recording around 2 o'clock. So remember to get your voicemails in or DMs in ahead of time if you want to participate. And the number, of course, is
347-450-0723. 347-450-0723.
Leave a voicemail. You could text the number. You can wait to check our stories for our rapid fire DMs.
Yes.
We will be recording as usual on Wednesday by 2 p.m. So make sure you get it in by then. And so until Thursday.
Love you guys.
See you later.